Hello everybody, welcome to my new trade recap of last week. So we start with XPTUSD Platinum. So what I saw on the weekly chart was we had here a weekly bearish candle close. We had here also a nice break of this lows here. This is also double bottom, or you can see it as a new low. So you have that new low and this was a previous high. So everything between this high and low is just a correction or relief for possible more downside momentum. So we had that weekly bearish candle close here. So I could look on the daily for more downside momentum or a pattern. So I went till the daily, and what I saw on the daily was we had here that bearish W. So we had also that blue candle between all the red candles. So this is working like a magnet with a nice resistance here and some possible support, and then we had resistance. So we worked like a magnet and went to the downside after my entry. So this trade was minus 0.5%. So yeah, if I go to the 4-hour now, you can see that I wanted to see the pattern in the form of a shoulder 1, this head, shoulder 2, limit set on the shoulder 1, stop loss wide enough. And yeah, we went to the upside. This was a minus 0.5%. Trade for me, because also this I'm not trading that much platinum, so that's why I took 0.5% also on this trade. And afterwards we hit the daily zone of interest, and then we had here some deceleration. So this could be a potential entry for you guys. So this was the first candle, second candle with already a bearish candle close, which is nice. Then the third, and then you could set the limit here to the downside. So this could be a possibility. I was not looking at it anymore because, yeah, it was already a loss for me. So that's why I didn't do it anymore. So no two losses on the same pair for me. So that was this trade. The next trade was AUDUSD. So this one. So if I go to the weekly, we were in a bearish driver. We had here a very impulsive bearish candle close. So I went to the daily to see what we have there. And on the daily, what can we see on the daily? We have here the same lows. So we expect the same highs. That's why I took my daily zone of interest at these highs. I took my Fibonacci from the high to the low here. So actually it's from this point here, like this. I needed to draw it like that, 650, like this. Then on the 4-hour, what you could see on the 4-hour was we had here our daily zone of interest step. We had our first candle, second candle, third candle. We already had a bearish candle close, so that's nice. So I took my limit on the fourth candle, and yeah, my stop loss got hit. And yeah, then afterwards we went to the downside and for a possible break even. So nothing to do about it. That just happens sometimes. So we just went out. So this was minus 3% for me because I was already how I need to say it. I was already running negative on my FTMO count. So I wanted to increase my possibility to have a better possibility to do it again, to repeat the FTMO. So that's why I took it with a 3% entry, because I already had 2 days still to achieve that. So that's why, yeah. So the next trade was USDCHF. This was for me the best trade of the week. So if I go to the weekly chart, you can see we were here with multiple bullish candles. The only thing we needed to be careful for was this weekly highs, selling pressure here that went to the downside, and now we have also that weekly bearish candle close. So yeah, at that moment I was looking at this weekly bullish candle close. I was looking at the daily, and on the daily I saw this bullish M. So we had here that first leg, second leg, third leg, fourth leg, possible false break of this daily horizontal line here, of the daily lows, and we went to the upside to the daily minus 27 afterwards. So if I went to the 4-hour chart, then I saw this nice diesel. We had here the first candle, second candle, third candle, already a blue candle, so that's nice. I could take the limit here. I was just too late. at that moment, and yeah, I took it manually, and the spreads took me a little bit higher in. So then we went till the 4-hour TP point around this institutional candle. I took it a little bit earlier out because I also was taking this trade with 3%. So this is a 6 point and a little bit percent gain on the trade, because yeah, then I was positive on my FTMO again after that -3%. So I closed all the trades at that moment for that week to have the FTMO repeated. So at that point I was also running on another trade, AUDJPY. So this AUDJPY trade, where it stands here, this was the trade. So we had here the weekly bearish driver, weekly bearish candle close. I could look for more bearish momentum, so I went till the daily. On the daily, with here that, yeah, kind of bearish W here, smaller one, but I took the whole structure from the high till the low here. We had also possible shoulder 1 here, this head, then the shoulder 2 here aligning. So yeah. So my daily zone was at the daily highs, and then we received on the 4-hour that deceleration fake out leg. So we had here a fake out of the possible deceleration, but we went till this 4-hour higher low. So that was a trading error from me. I didn't saw that clearly. So yeah, that was a trading error because this was not any more valid to take them. So I was entered in a trade. I set my limit on this decel box, and yeah, I closed it manually, sorry, earlier, because yeah, I was already running positive on my FTMO. I had also 1 day left, so that was a little bit tight for me to let it run. So I just closed all positions, and I had a positive week, and I did the FTMO again. So that was the thing about that trade. So then the last pair, AUDCHF. So AUDCHF, this was a -1% because I did a repeat on the FTMO 160K. So if I go to the weekly, you could see that we had here that weekly bearish candle close, bearish driver. We are bearish at the weekly. So I went to the daily, and on the daily we had here this same low. So we expect same highs also, with here the daily horizontal black line for a possible fake out from that zone. So under this daily horizontal black line, we can enter a trade from that daily zone highs. So this was my zone of interest. So I went to the 4-hour chart, and what I saw, okay, we touched our daily zone of interest white box, and then we received here that bearish W above the higher lows here. This was a previous higher low, and this is a higher high. So everything between that is just a correction. So that's why I took it on the beginning of correction, the trade here, and we went to the upside. So it was a -1%. So yeah, it was following the trading plan. No mistake here from me. So yeah. So this was my trading week. So I had around 1.5% positive week. So it's okay. The few last weeks were not so good. So this is a better week. So yeah, we can go to the next week then. So okay, yeah, I hope you enjoyed it, and see you next time. Bye.